Oh, man.
And he resorted to violence. How unusual.
I told you.
Jimmy.
Did I ever tell you the story? I was going to a Yankee game once, and there was a guy with the lefty guitar dressed up like Jimi Hendrix playing Hey Joe, and he was changing the words to Hey OJ.
Ugh.
Hey OJ, where you going with that knife in your hand, going to cut my old lady for sleeping with Ron Goldman. That was his rhyme.
Who was it, Bo Burnham?
It was Bo Burnham. And that man was Bo Burnham.
Where did that happen, Joe?
At Yankee Stadium.
We like to start with the heavy stories right at the top. Yankee Stadium. What year was that?
I just thought
it was probably Oscar Gamble.
It wasn't that long ago. It was the old Yankee Stadium. Still remember, it was one of the worst and best forced rhymes I've ever heard. Ron Goldman instead of...
But Hey OJ just
Hey
stinks.
OJ.
What a dink. Did you hit him? Did you break his guitar like Belushi did in Animal House?
I should have.
Smashed it over his head and went, sorry.
I should have.
Funniest thing I saw, I went to Mets, you know who, Yankees World Series. I got a ticket somehow, and I'm walking through the parking lot. I can't remember if it was a Mets fan that tripped over himself or a Yankees fan, but some guy like in his 50s carrying lawn chairs and shit, and he stepped on his own shoe and like fucking fell face first, like hard. And like 5 Yankees fans surrounded him and started laughing their balls off. It's the fucking meanest, funniest thing I've ever seen. Nobody tried to help him up, including myself. I pretended I didn't see anything.
Right on the face, too.
He went down like he was shot, like a Kennedy. He did... Eric! That little help.
I can't top that one. That's
I'm
good.
not asking you to. This isn't a contest.
World Series, you're already in a good mood because you saw a guy go down hard before you even got
I was
in the
belly
game.
level. It was like just a hatred between the two teams. And I saw what was at stake there. You know, you'd think a little bit of sportsmanship will help the guy up. Guy's femur is like sticking through his pants.
I'm amazed at how dumb people are sometimes, fans, where they'll go to opposing teams wearing their jersey, you know.
And not expected to get...
Yeah, like this guy James.
That's because you're from Philly. Aren't you?
You're... Well, not only Philly. I've gone to Yankee Red Sox games in Yankee Stadium. I've gone in Yankee Red Sox at Fenway. And it's just... I'm amazed.
To show up with your gear. Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, well, I guess you get a pass when it's a Yankee Red Sox because it's half and half every time you go to a Yankee Red Sox game at Fenway. There's a ton of New York fans there.
Yeah, it's almost an even fight.
Yeah,
and vice versa.
Yeah,
Red Sox fans take over Yankee Stadium.
I remember the first time I went to a Yankee Red Sox game at Yankee Stadium. Guy slides in home. And I can't tell if he's safe or out because I can't see the ump. I got shitty tickets. Yeah. And I'm trying to go by the response of the fans. But you don't know which. There's so many of each fan. You're like, is he fucking safe? Is he out? What the hell just happened? Help me.
Well, Joe's from Philly. You know, they're known for their love, their sports. You know, they drill. I was watching that game when Santa Claus got pelted with ice balls.
Who were they playing?
I don't remember. Probably the Giants. I don't know. It was a national game.
Were they losing? I'm embarrassed.
I'm not an Eagles
know.
fan. All I remember is Santa getting fucking drilled.
Killed.
And they put the camera on him. It was I was belly laughing. If that's not Philadelphia, just a fucking beautifully mean.
Yeah. Well, because you grow up in a city like that, you can't go live in other cities that don't have that passion.
But you'd think you'd be safe wearing a Santa suit to Veterans Stadium. You know, but you're right. You should. I do laugh when I see somebody that got all Yankees garb. It's like it would be like you putting on one of those Hasidic the hats with the curls and going to Tehran trick or treating. It goes me.
I knew a young comic once that was some guy that I knew, and he was coming down to do like a 5-minute spot at this club in Philly.
And his name, folks. David Brenner.
David Brenner. He showed up wearing a Cowboys jersey to go on stage. I go, dude.
You don't remember who this was? Who was the comic? Go ahead. Who was the comedian?
Oh, you want his name?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Joe's staring at me.
He probably doesn't even do comedy anymore. Remember, he went
neither do I, but I'm making a living.
I think he went by the name of Benny, shit, I can't remember it.
Benny
Hotz. Benny Hotz. That was a stage name, and I told
Benny
him.
Hotz.
I told him to get rid of it. Go by your real name. He's like, my name's Barry, but I like Benny. I'm
a
Benny
Jewish
Hotz.
kid then, Barry Hotz.
I think he was half Italian, half Jewish.
That's very Philly.
Shows up with the Eagles jersey on to go on.
Gets a
Philly.
cheesesteak with cream cheese.
That's funny. Have you said that before?
No.
How did I never hear that before? That's like
Half Jew, half Italian.
yeah, that's the best half Jew, half Italian joke I've ever heard.
I love the cream cheese steak with onions and mushrooms.
You want whiz or provolone? No, I'll have cream.
Which one's cheaper?
Cream cheese. Which one's cheaper?
That would be the Italian saying that, not the Jew. No, nobody's cheaper than an older Italian book.
No, it's true.
I mean,
my dad's legendary.
Yeah.
I
don't know how the Jews got stuck with that.
We're gonna underscore this whole podcast.
Well, special effects.
I just got off the phone with my dad as I pulled up to your house.
Yeah, I could hear him yelling.
Yeah.
I mean, you get your windows rolled up, and what was he chewing you out for?
He wasn't chewing me out. He just likes to talk about what movies he saw, and he has ADD like me, and he'll change subjects.
ADD? How about his hearing?
My dad has hearing aids. He's loud.
Somebody fucked him in the ear? What?
My dad's a huge fan of yours. He came to the show that you were on.
When?
When you, me, and Artie did Philly once, and he came.
Oh, must have been a good set if he came.
He's a huge fan, and he listens to whenever you and I do a
wait,
podcast.
I've met your
You met
dad.
my dad a couple times.
Yes.
Him and my brother love you.
And do you look like the old man? Somebody looked just
I
like
look a little bit like my
You did, because
dad.
I knew the minute he walked in.
Yeah.
Somehow I knew.
My younger brother was with him, and he doesn't look anything like
That's
me.
right. That's right. I was surprised you said that's your brother.
No, they both fucking love you.
They should. You know, I'm Italian, and you can see me for $18 on the Jersey Shore. They should love me. You talk about money. You talk about a good value for your dollar.
So it's just one quick thing, and then you can.
I got nothing. Talk away, man. I didn't write anything down.
This is perfect.
I mean, gay marriage. Congratulations, Joe. I knew you and your life partner, Kevin. That was good news.
I'm very excited.
But go ahead.
No, it's my dad being cheap on the phone as I'm pulling up here.
Yeah.
I'm telling I'm having a barbecue that you couldn't come to this 4th of July because you go to Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And
of course,
I started calling all the people, telling each person what to bring. I'm a cheap.
Who's coming?
I guess I'm a cheap fuck too.
Yeah, that's not good. It's really not good form to tell your guests what to bring.
Do you do that, or you just
No.
say show up and you just feed them all? I'm poor, man. You make more than me.
Listen to him. His wife's a doctor, for Christ's sake. I know he cleared almost $1,800 at Uncle Vinny's the other night, so don't tell me. No.
Dude, we struggle, man.
You can do that. But you can. I just tend to. I told you my first cookout. Patrice gets up here, the late great Patrice O'Neill, and he's upset because I don't have steak on the grill. And I go, "Hey, motherfucker! What do you? I had 2 lines on Grace Under Fire in 1997. Jesus Christ, and he's expecting steaks on the grill. And he complained about it, so I said, all right, we sent Voss to the store. Voss comes back with steaks. I gave money. And so Patrice insists on cooking them, then he doesn't eat them.
Really?
He doesn't even touch them.
What
I
a
go, you
dick.
fucking... What the fuck? He just wanted to take over the grill, I guess.
Well, he did that on purpose, probably to just be a jerk. He thinks it's funny.
Patrice, he wouldn't do anything like that, would he?
Yeah, that was like it was hilarious. I remember once I'm talking to somebody important on the phone. This is when everyone had a flip phone.
Yeah.
And Patrice would just walk up to you and go, "Can I see your phone?" And he would just close it right in front of you. It was hilarious. And then he'd hand it to you. Here you go. I just hung up on that important deal. Go fuck yourself.
And then he comes to the next cookout the next year. I think I might have already said this on the podcast, but he comes with and shows up with like $300 worth of Chinese food. Gets out of his Escalade. The Escalade's filled like a bus with paper. I see brown paper bags in the back. He's got $300 worth of Chinese food. So that's just another way of saying, fuck you, I don't like your food and how you have cookouts. And he says, I go, what are you doing? You have diabetes? And I said, you have diabetes? And he goes, it's healthy shit. Don't fuck. He opens it. I see orange chicken, orange beef, fucking, maple glazed salmon with a fucking donut powder crust. Dude, I didn't see a vegetable. It's Chinese. I don't even think there was any rice.
Oh, God.
But God bless him. He fucking let me have it.
That's not even a food that belongs at a cookout either. Like,
I know. Chinese food.
It's like bringing sushi to a cookout.
I know. It's 110 degrees. Let me load up on that greasy pork.
Well, my dad's cheap move was he goes, what do you want us to bring? I go, I'm calling everybody to tell them what to bring. And he goes, well, what do you want us to bring? I go, I'm calling you first, so you can tell me what you want to make, and you can make it. That'll be perfect.
So
no one's
parents
got
are gonna
anything
be there.
yet. Yeah, my parents are coming. So they go, what do you want us to bring? I go, what do you feel like making? He goes, how about sausage? I'll bring a whole bunch of different kind of sausage and Italian bread. I go, perfect. And then he goes, I can bring some beer too. What kind of beer? I go, that kind you had when I went to your house last week was great. Bring that. He goes, that's $9 a 6-pack.
That's not for comedians. That's for family.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You can take some of the Oktoberfest that you brought me like 2 years ago.
You still have it?
Yeah, it's in the fridge. You think it's still good?
No.
No?
You don't like beer?
I just didn't get to it. I don't know.
You didn't know it was there?
Well, I'm a puss. I drink, I drink Heineken Light.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I hate light beer.
Well, I do too, kind of. But Jesus Christ, I mean, if I'm going to have 10 of them, you know what I mean?
You have 10 in a sitting?
Well, at a cookout, I will. As long as I'm driving. I don't have any kids. Who cares about that?
I could get ripped at this cookout if I want. I don't have anywhere to be. I'm not working Saturday night.
Now, what comedians are coming?
All right, you won't know any of these guys. I have low level. You were going to be the big name.
I should have known that because the name of the cookout is Week Features.
Well, Artie Lang and I haven't spoken in like 3 months. I don't know what
That's
happened
about
with
as
that.
I haven't either.
You haven't either. Yeah, people keep asking me on Twitter. They
Well,
keep
you do
tweeting.
know what happened. You already told us.
Yeah,
story.
I didn't tell
Not
you.
on here.
I told you off air,
Oh.
and then Artie and I fixed it.
Oh, you did?
And he said, yeah, let's
Fixing
talk.
Joe.
And then he didn't call me again, so I don't know. We fixed it. It was fine. And then, I don't know. His mom was just sick. I know he talked about
I
that
didn't
on
know
his
that.
podcast.
She all right?
I don't know, because I'm not talking to him. I would love to know, but I don't know. I saw a picture of him, and he was his mom was in the hospital. But I think she's okay. But I don't know what happened.
Now, why do you think she's okay, or are you just guessing? Are you hoping?
I read something he tweeted out, and it just looked like, she's okay. But she was in the hospital.
Hope she's all right.
Yeah. So, Artie's not coming to the cookout. Let's see who these comics I know. You don't know any of them.
Why would I know any of them?
Because
they don't work in the city?
Some of my... Josh Accardo. You know him.
Who?
Yeah.
That's the name you open with?
He knows you. You know him.
You're right. I don't know any of them.
You know him by face.
Josh who?
Josh Accardo. He's half Hawaiian, half Italian kid.
Where does he hang on the stand? I'm the worst, man. You're right. I probably do know him.
Yeah, he knows you.
So Josh Accardo, there's a headliner. Holy shit! What is this? The G list?
There's no headline. Do you know Tom Van Horn?
Tom Van Horn. Yes, he was a linebacker for the Giants, wasn't he? In 1970. Oh, that was Van Pelt. Sorry.
Do you know him?
Tom Van Horn.
You don't know him? Mike Burton.
Holy shit! You're really swimming with the fishes, aren't you? Mike Burton. Is he related to my agent, Tony Burton? These guys have actually the names like Mike Burton. Like I actually like picture them on Twitter. I can see the names. Maybe.
Yeah, they've been around in the New York area for a long time.
Well, that makes it even more depressing.
But it's a Saturday on 4th of July. A lot of the comics that you probably do know couldn't come.
Why? What are they doing?
They're just doing stuff like you are. They're either going to family out of town.
I know. Anthony Cormier, whose podcast I did yesterday.
Yeah.
He's like, are you doing anything this week? Because he's going to have like a 2-day blowout at that McMansion, which I would love.
That'd be fun.
A bunch of whoos are going to be coming in and out of there. It's nice.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'll be sitting there with my sisters going, how you been? Haven't seen 8 years and you haven't called me. Pass me the pork chops, chubby.
And my mom and dad at my party. You know Veronica Mosey?
Yes.
She'll be there.
Yes.
You know her. Yes, we did it.
Where's she been hiding?
She had a kid.
She had a kid?
She had a kid. She has a 1.5-year-old. Her husband is this Australian guy who is a singer-songwriter guy, and he always brings his guitar and hands out.
Does she do comedy still?
Yeah.
She's actually pretty funny.
She's funny. She's
about 6'2", 220. She looks like a tight end. I used to bust her balls up, but she stepped on my foot. I go, Jesus Christ, it was like a Clydesdale stepping on my foot.
Yeah, she is about 6 foot tall.
I love her, though. She's actually funny, mean, funny, but funny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's great.
I don't see her in the New York clubs.
She gets pissed about it.
They don't.
She's one of these comics that I think just told Esty. She told Esty how she felt, and it did not.
Okay, but that's not the only club in the city.
But that's why she doesn't. I think that has something to do with her at the club at the cellar.
That would do it. Esty, probably hold that against her if I know Esty.
Oh, yeah.
But she was funny, Veronica. I'm not just saying that.
Oh, she kills. She's hilarious.
She would shake that room some nights.
Oh, yeah. She's great. Her husband, is a singer-songwriter. He brings his guitar. He hands, a list out of all. He has, a fucking 10-page list of everything he can play and sing and know all the words to.
Really?
So it's fun as shit. He just hands it out. And I have my friend Andres, who you've probably met. He's the guy that shot my web series and everything. He can sing and play, too. So he usually brings his guitar. And we have, a jam session in the backyard. It's fun.
All right. So you got a band with two guitars and a bunch of opening acts from New Jersey and the Long Island area and your parents.
Yeah,
Count me in.
And Paul McCartney. He's coming by.
Paul what?
Paul McCartney. John Cougar Mellencamp.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
No reason at all.
John
Cougar Melon Dump. What are you? Joe's looking at his phone right in the middle of the show.
I have a list of who's coming to the party on the phone.
Well, since you're hitting such big names, I don't know if you realize you go through.
See, I have a lot of family coming to this.
I know you're a family. Joe's a traditional. He really is a good guy.
This guy Mike Bazile, who
Mikey Bazile.
Mike Bazile might come. He invested in my whole special.
Didn't his grandfather invented the cannoli or the Zamboni or both?
Probably did. The family's got a lot of money. They paid for my whole special.
They did?
Yeah, the whole thing. Boom.
You got to pay him back?
Like it was
they're getting a cut, right?
Yeah. But
they're probably not.
No, they're getting.
Are they?
Yeah. They're getting a percentage of what it sells for.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the old man do?
They own their own hedge fund company. One in Puerto Rico, one in Central Jersey.
Oh, no kidding. Gambino Trust, I think it is.
I was trying to get them to take me on like a prize fighter and back my whole career. I almost had him. Then my manager, I called him. He came into a meeting with Rick Dorfman and Conan Smith. And then he mentioned something in the meeting. Rick Dorfman mentioned something in the meeting that I just saw his brain go, no.
What did Rick mention, my former manager?
I remember he goes, because we were talking to him about maybe, like I said, backing me, thinking of let's do something bigger than you just paying for the special. What could you do with Joe's career to take him to another level? I wanted him to hire me a high-end publicist and see what we could do with it. Just pay the money, try to get fucking articles, every eye we can get on anything that I do. And so we take the meeting. And Rick Dorfman, this is funny, because Rick he probably listens to your podcast too. He listens to mine sometimes. He goes, how about you and Joe starting your own kind of production company? So then you don't have to just do Joe's ideas. You could take on all Joe's friends' ideas too. You could take on any idea you think is great. And all of a sudden, I just see the guy's brain go. That's literally what happened. Do you have a sound effect for just all the money being drained?
For
a flush of the toilet would work.
No, but I have what you should have done to fucking Rick when he said that is.
What's the idea? Get upstairs. Sit down.
It's never not funny.
That's what he should have done in the fucking meeting.
Never not funny. So the guy literally out loud goes, you know what? I'm old. I don't want to work. I'm done. No. Let's just, I'm just giving you the money for the special.
What the fuck was Rick think? No, I don't know if
that's not a terrible thing to say.
Why would you?
But something he said made the guy go,
he said,
no.
He was talking to the guy like the guy was in his early 30s. And had zillions of dollars to spend. That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
How old is the guy?
The guy's in his mid to late 60s.
Okay. You really think he wants to start a production company?
He didn't want to do any work.
No, he just wanted to back your speciel.
Yeah.
And
maybe
Captain Crunch stuck his nose in it.
Well, he still backed the special, but he might have been interested in who knows? Maybe I can go to this guy if I have some other idea or some sort of film or something. I don't know what I could go to him for where I need money, but it just
have you done
that feeling where you got somebody on the ropes and then all of a sudden they knock you the fuck out?
I love how you said I wanted him to take me on like a prize fight.
I said racehorse.
Benny Kid Perrette.
I said racehorse, and he used to say, I like the
prize
analogy
fighter.
of a prize fighter better. He didn't like the racehorse.
Please welcome Joe Matarese, Benny Kid Perrette.
I have no idea who that is.
It's a guy who I think it was Emil, what's his name? Emil, oh my God, dude. This is what happens when I sleep 3 hours a night. He's the guy. Benny Kid Paret's the guy that get killed. One of the guys that get killed in a ring.
By who? Mancini?
No, not Mancini. Emil. Yeah, black guy back in the 50s.
Oh God, I wish I knew who.
Oh God, damn it! This is, anyways.
What are you looking for?
If you ask me this tomorrow, if I had 5 hours sleep, I'll spit it
Rocky
right out.
Marciano? I don't know. That guy didn't kill anybody.
Not worth the effort. So Dorfman didn't help you out there? No. Did you?
And you blew it. You blew it.
Did you say that to him?
People like Rick and Conan though, so
I like them both too.
Yeah.
I'm busting Rick's butt.
Yeah.
He's actually. I actually said this to. Out of all the managers I had, he gave more effort than any of them. You know.
Yeah.
Guy can play the shit out of a guitar too. By the way,
he's amazing at the guitar.
He actually builds guitar.
Does he really?
He couldn't get me a 10-minute spot on TV, but he could build a guitar with his eyes closed.
Very good. I've seen him play.
I'm like, do I got that showcase for HBO? He goes, no, but look at this Les Paul I just fucking whipped up in the kitchen out of duct tape and fucking butcher string.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Butcher string. Is that what it's called?
No.
I wonder what that string is called that you wrap around meat and shit.
Yeah, that's butcher string.
Yeah, is it called butcher string?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's called it's called rape victim string. How about what else? Have you been to Comia's house, Anthony?
No, I was going to say,
podcast?
all your leads haven't worked out for me. You recommended me to the guy in Tampa, and he never got back to me.
Hold on. Did you hear how he just turned that on me? Did you hear what Joe Matt? He just took a classic, like, Rick Dorfman technique and spun it around like I failed him. First of all,
no. I just
let's start with let's start with Tampa, the owner of the Side Splitters. He asked me for his phone number, and you know what? I don't give out phone numbers unless I have permission to.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't give you that number.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's rude.
You should have said that.
Yeah, I should have said that. Then you would have never come over my house again.
No, I wouldn't. You made it sound like I said, "Can you hook me up with that guy?" You go, "Yeah, I just told him about you."
I did.
Like that made me sound like
no. That was after, Joe. That was after, before you asked me to call him. That was later on after I went down there, but you asked me before. I don't give out an number unless I have permission to.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? That would be rude if you called him.
No,
no.
I know that.
Right?
I thought what I was asking you to do when you went to Tampa
it's a dangerous situation.
is say to him, a friend of mine, Joe Matarese.
That's a different conversation, which I did.
And he would love to work your club. Can I give him your number to contact?
Jesus, I had to give him a little speech like that?
Well, just something so he knows I'm going to contact
I said, Matarese has been on, you know what, America's Got Talent?
Yeah.
I go watch that set. It was unbelievable.
Right. Did you really say that? Now
No.
you're lying.
I said, no, I told you. I said, he's been on Letterman. He's done Letterman a few times. He's America's Got Talent. He's a funny. And he goes, the guy that flipped out in Philadelphia?
See, I don't know what that
I
means.
don't either. Maybe he was thinking of, it was Billy Burr who flipped out in Philly.
Yeah. I wish that was me.
I don't know. So I don't know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
But, and then the other, you just asked me yesterday for something. And the text, I didn't get it till today.
Who did I ask?
You asked for another lead. Oh, Chaz and AJ.
Oh, yeah, I got a hold of them. I'm fine.
Okay, because
because they always want me to do the show, and I lost an email that had their. I just needed an
you got
email.
to get your shit together.
Yeah, I had the producer. I didn't have.
Phil?
No, it's a girl.
Pam. She's
yeah.
on air personality too.
What an Italian name?
I don't know her last name. It doesn't matter.
Do they help sell seats, that show? It sounds like it's when you do it, it helps your Connecticut gigs.
Last time I did, you know what? The Ridgefield Playhouse, which I'm doing on July 18th, folks. It's a Saturday night. It's my favorite gig of the year. It's the only gig where I actually put out some effort. And July 18th, Ridgefield Playhouse, Ridgefield, Connecticut. And you don't have to live 2 minutes from the place. If you like my comedy, get in the car. It'll be worth it. It'll be terrific. You'll see me after the show. I'll be arguing with my wife in the green room, and fucking she'll be crying. It'll be great. I don't even know. You know, I assume she'd come because it's 30 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
We'll be home by 11:15. And she came last time because it's a nice gig. We were just in Ridgefield today.
Right.
Remind me to talk about that, planning our wills and shit. There's a fucking uplifting conversation.
How about just talk about it right now? I got to remind you. How about we talk about your wills
Look,
right
we're
now?
both afraid we're going to forget. But Ridgefield Playhouse, July 18th. And get another senseless killing, please. Go to nickdip.com. I don't see it right now in the iTunes charts. It goes in and out, but put in the code radio, and you'll get $3 off. And it's, again, you can have the MP4, the MP3, whatever you want. You can watch me, you can listen to it. And it's a killer. People like it. It's a killer album. Some of it's tasteless, it's mean, it's funny. and some of it's clean. A little bit of thing for everybody over there. But what were we talking about?
You told me to remember that.
No, before we get into what led us to Ridgefield. Oh, talking about you asked me Chaz and AJ's number and the numbers were good. Yes, last time they now they're on in 2 big states. They're like all over Connecticut.
2 states?
2 stations in Connecticut. They have the whole state though.
Oh, okay.
They're really good morning guys.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing a gig in New Haven, Connecticut.
Then yeah,
and I'm going on their show on like a Friday morning.
It's not your typical morning like when you're on the road and you do it because they play music, so you only get a few chances to. You can be there all morning. Though.
It's a 3-hour shift.
Yeah, they'll
put in a shift.
No, I know. I know.
Can
they
you
do
show
that.
up for a free shift.
That's what they do. No, I know. And then they like after my 50th time doing it, I go, I'm getting there around fucking 8. Relax.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
They're great guys, and it did. We were close to sold, almost filled last year in Ridgefield. So
no Chaz and AJ. There's 4 people there.
I don't know. I don't know. Look, I did other shit.
Right.
I didn't just promote it there.
Usually, you can tell I'm one of those comedians. I'll go on stage when I'm doing a gig like that, going, "Who's here because of this? Who's here because of that?" I like to figure out what worked.
I stopped doing that because
Looks bad.
Doesn't look bad. It doesn't reflect on me. I stand up on stage and I do this, and this is why I'm not asked back to a few clubs. I'm like, okay, so who heard me on Wacky Zoo, fucking 106 this morning?
Right.
And 3 people out of the 200 there will raise their hands.
And you're like, why the fuck did I get
And
up
I'll
at
say
7?
that to the fucking manager in the back of the room or whoever. I go, what did I fucking tell you? What is this, 1986? I could get more tweeting than... no kids that go out. First of all, it's young people who come out to the comedy club. They're not up at 6 a.m. listening to fucking radio.
Right.
And if they are, they're going to be in bed by 9. Am I right?
They'll come to the Sunday 7 show.
Yeah. You know who makes it? You know who? It's the chick. It's date night for comedy club audiences most of the time, right?
Right.
It's couples. And you know who makes that call? The girlfriend. It's not the guy.
Right.
That's why the audience is always 60% girl. The girlfriend makes that call and makes the reservation. It's got nothing to do. Why? The reason they have us do morning...
Reservation. I don't want to let it lie.
Okay. What? Yeah, let it fly.
Reservation. Go ahead.
Not for nothing. They got me doing Chaz and fucking AJ. I'm doing 3 hours over there. What am I, a fucking 12-year-old Vietnamese girl making sneakers? Out. Yeah.
Hey, they got certain fucking shows fucking work. That's what's weird. You don't know which one it is, though. Like, fucking, you do Philadelphia, you do Helium, you do Preston and Steve, fucking, you'll get like 40 extra people.
Preston and Steve? Yeah, they got the wacky sidekick, fucking Lou with the cow out of tits. He's running down the street naked. They got lottery tickets on his ass, and I'm not even doing. I'm so tired of Game DiPaolo today. It's fucking horrible.
I can see the tiredness in you.
But my point being is, do you know why they have us do morning radio, Joe? It's got nothing to do with you getting people into the show that night or the next night. It's there to remind the fucking town that there's a comedy club. And you're a shill for the club.
That's true.
You're not going to get any, unless you're fucking a household name. Then if you're a household name, you're not doing the morning zoo. You're doing TV or whatever.
You're calling
if you're
in.
Billy Burr
or you're calling in if you're the
calling
really big
in.
name guy.
No, exactly. So that's what always pissed me off. I go, this isn't about me getting people in there tonight, is it? It's about, you're reminding not Ridgefield, but you're reminding Phoenix, Arizona, the Funny Bones in Phoenix or whatever,
I owned a comedy club for like a week at one time.
You
in my
owned
career.
a comedy club?
Yeah, it was fucking a disaster. I went out of business in like a
Joe
month.
owned the comedy club?
Yeah, like in one of those kind.
You blew it. You blew it.
What happened?
When I was
wanna hear this.
When I was starting out, we had one in like in a hotel, like one of those where you put the comedy club in the hotel.
Yeah.
And I remember my partner at the time.
It might have been the hotel he picked. It was the Capri Motel. It's about a block from LaGuardia. Have you seen it? There's semen on the sheets from 50 different countries on a Monday night.
It didn't work. It was a club in my hometown, Cherry Hill, in this hotel. And
wait a minute, I did the gig.
No, you never did it.
No?
You probably did it when somebody else owned it.
Oh, when Rascals. Yes,
yeah, it's exactly the room that Rascals had.
Wasn't a bad room, actually.
And actually, the guy who I was partners with he was a morning radio guy.
And who was
he
that?
was in a lot of radio stations, more than one. I'm not going to say his name. So,
I know who. He's an Italian kid.
Yeah, you probably know him.
Used to be a doorman at a certain place.
Did he?
Certain strip club.
He did?
If we're talking about the same
Maybe.
guinea.
Is he tall or short?
Oh, he's about 5'1".
That's not him.
And he weighs about 100 pounds.
No, this guy's
I'm kidding.
big.
So was this guy. He was a doorman at a titty bar.
Oh, I didn't know that. It might be the same guy. So he wanted to spend a lot of money on radio ads. And I used to tell him, I'm like, dude, if you're mentioning fucking some comedian that no one's heard of, it's a waste of money.
Right.
If you mention a big name on the radio, yeah, that's going to sell tickets. But if you mention...
You can lie on air. Just go...
Say a name?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
Fucking, say that it's a big name?
Who's more tired, me or you? Yeah, say it's a big name. You know, you got Judy Gold headline, but you say it's fucking, Brian Regan.
Whoops. A lot of clubs do that. Whoops, oh, they canceled.
I see my
got
name.
Steve.
I go on Twitter. The Stan uses my name 7 days a week. Not
Really?
that yeah. No, you know what it is? It's retweets. People will retweet.
And it confuses people.
From 3 days ago.
I've seen retweets with posters of me from it'll say 2008. I'm like, why did you just tweet this?
Trying to help you out.
It's at a club that I don't even work at
Smash his
anymore.
fucking face in.
Exactly. So what else are we talking about?
I was talking about, Ridgefield today. Me and the wife went over, and this is why it's really, I'm the first one to go, movies portray in sitcoms, the husband's the dope and the wife's the fucking genius. But in this case, in my situation, it is almost true. Like you said, she's great at stuff. I'm good, but she's good at the adult stuff. Like planning our wills and living trusts and all. We had that meeting today with our financial advisor.
Really?
Yeah, he took us over to this other lawyer, this woman who does wills and living wills. And a living will is when, let's say, you were knocked into a coma.
Is this
you're still alive and,
And is it a process or you can't just get it all done in one day?
We got most of it done. Well, it's a process, actually. Like, when we met with the finance... All right, this could get fucking boring.
No, I want to know.
The
what do they
financial
ask?
advisor gave this whole folder to my wife fucking months ago to fill out, you're speculating and everything. What do you think Nick will be making, in the next 15 years? List of your vacations, how much you spend, what do you expect? I mean, shit that you're like, really? How the fuck? I don't know what I'm making next week. You're asking us to look down the road 20 years, but you sort of filled it out just to have a base. And my wife did all that shit, and then we met today with the people, this woman who does estate planning when you die, what goes to who, and blah blah blah. And she did. The woman is obviously really bright that our financial advisor, introduced us to, and she's been doing this forever. And she's really. And my wife was just keeping right up with her. I was like a 3-year-old kid staring at the ceiling, holding my prick. After 10 minutes, bored out of my mind. I followed along for the first half hour, and then I fucking zoned out. I couldn't. It gets so complicated. I actually said to her, I go. To the lady, I go, I liked it better back in the Pilgrim's Day. You drop dead and they'd bury you under a butter churn in the backyard. Your kid would get a shovel and your daughter would get a hat.
Did you have to pick plots out and all that kind of stuff, or that's something different?
No, that's something different.
Okay.
This is all the headache paperwork.
Right.
That your wife will probably, your wife's really bright.
No, what you're explaining is every time we have a financial meeting is I try really hard to focus and I can't. And then she's got it all. Like your wife.
And it's really important. But see, this is, it's so funny because they touched on The Sopranos. It's the security that the women want. You're talking about your deaths right at the table. I'm laughing my balls off. I'm cracking these jokes. The lady was fucking cracking up. Talking about long, what is it called? When you get old, living care, when you get old and assisted living, that type of shit. And I go, I go fucking, how about visiting angels? I'm throwing I go, I thought that was a fucking visiting angels.
What the hell's visiting angels?
You don't know what visiting angels is?
No,
it's
what is
a commercial for fucking assisted living. They come to your house when people get old.
They live with you.
No, they come and take care of you, and then they go home.
Yeah.
But it's called visiting angels.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a fucking, you call and you have a whore come to the hotel. What do you call it? I can't even think of the fucking word. This is unbelievable.
We're dealing with that with my wife's grandmother's 102.
102?
102, and like about 6-7 years ago, we thought we were getting a nice chunk,
Of what? Her
Of money.
brain matter when
Of-
she falls down the stairs?
Of money. Not a huge chunk.
It's your wife's
grandmother, 102.
Wow.
So we had planned on that money, and because of that money, my wife would kill me for saying this on the podcast, but I'm not going to give dollars. She was going to give us some money, and when she passed away, it was spread out through the family, and we were going to get some.
Yeah, that all has to be planned out ahead of time.
Yeah. So what happens is she's lived to 102 now.
She's still kicking?
So the money just is it's gone, basically. So
It's gone, and not the way you can do about it. It's gone.
What the hell's going on out here?
Really? It's all gone?
But we borrowed against it. Like Steph's mother's very nice, and when we bought our new house, she gave us a little bit of money to help us get the house, knowing that she was
borrowed against what?
The money we were going to get from the grandmother later when she passed away. We were
So
going to just
you
give
use
it
it
right
as
back.
collateral?
No, we literally. She goes, I'll lend you this, but when Nana passes away, she'll get it right back because we're going to get some money from her. We didn't expect her to live to 102. It's gone because it costs money to take care of her.
Oh,
now.
I thought her Grammy was blowing it on coke and male strippers and shit. No,
you got a fucking Brazilian lady living in the house taking care of her. That shit goes fast.
a Brazilian lady.
Yeah, she cooks for her. She's there. She doesn't sleep. I think some nights she has to sleep overnight. I mean, it's
My parents ain't getting that. I'm gonna find some guy that used to cook at a fraternity and shit. And
you basically let's get gross here. This is what happens and why these people get a lot of money. And I know it's for they're fucking wiping your parents' ass. Like they gotta wipe their ass. Like that's part of their job. That's what they're doing a lot. Is like.
Oh, well, I know that.
They can't
I know they're not.
hold their bowels. Yeah. They're shitting themselves constantly. Yeah. You're going to go do that? You'll almost pay somebody whatever to do that for you.
Oh, Christ, yeah. No, my father's mother's ass is going to look like a rabbit. Oh, ever seen when your dog shits and it sticks to his fur sometime?
Yeah.
That's what my parents would look like. I'm not going to wipe anybody's ass.
Yeah.
That's a bad situation.
That's a bad situation.
What the fuck? He's pissing in a bag now, too? Oh, my own. Fucking kill me now.
You really?
Excuse me.
I was amazed that Paulie Walnuts did not have a spin-off sitcom. Like the guy, everything that you do, a character, anything he says is funny. How's that not? They should have at least tried one. Did they not give him a spin-off?
I saw that one a couple weeks ago. I almost fell off their friend Beansy. Remember the guy in the wheelchair? They were at a restaurant, and Beansy goes, I got to go empty my bag. And he rolls away from the table, and Paulie goes to fucking Tony. He pisses into a bag now? Oh, my own. Fucking kill me now. Like a squeamish little girl. Oh, mama.
Yeah, and this lady that watches my wife's grandmother, she literally, I think she just, it's gross. They get constipated when they get old. So not only you're wiping their ass, you got
to reach up in there like Jim Henson.
Yes.
Into Miss Piggy's ass.
Exactly. You got.
Excuse me.
The references are unbelievable. The skill you have at that.
Not bad for a tired guy. Huh?
How the fuck can you go? You went. That's just
visual. That's how.
How do you? What gets you there? You see it?
You just said yes. You just said reach up.
Boom.
I picture a hand going up. And instead of grabbing his ass, I see Jim Henson's knuckles going up Miss Piggy's.
And when you were younger, were you always like that was your thing, references?
Yeah, we that's how, yeah.
Do you have friends that would also reference a lot?
Bob Murphy was funny. I told you this kid that Bob Murphy.
What are some of his references that you remember?
He was just brilliant. Just not so much references, not references, but how quick. I told this story. I think I told you, somebody on the podcast. Our athletic director had Hodgkin's disease, the head shakes, and whatever Michael J. Fox has. Our principal had that, Parkinson's. And so one Thanksgiving, you play high school football in the morning. And so Murph was over my house for Thanksgiving dinner, and my sister Gina had gone to the high school game, and she came home. The guy's name was Charlie Vi, I think was the principal of our school. And she goes, yeah, everybody was at the game. We saw Charlie Vi. And I go, first of all, I thought my sister was too young to know who he was. I go, how'd you know who Charlie Vi was? Bob Murphy, without even looking up, goes, he's the only guy there that didn't have any snow on his hat. Without even looking up. Keeps eating his potatoes.
he had
The whole
Parkinson's?
table is, he went to high school. He was our principal or our fucking... He goes, he was the only one that didn't have any snow. Like this.
Right.
And then another time he couldn't get his locker open. His lock was frozen on his gym locker. And he's fucking hitting it. He was hitting it with like a metal pipe trying to bust his lock open. He wouldn't, and then he had his shoe. He was hitting with his shoe. And then he goes, Kevin, give me that fucking chair. And he goes, you're going to break your lock with a chair? He goes, no, I'm going to sit down and think about it. Without even, and I mean like this. And he graduated first or second in our class. He actually worked for a think tank for a while. Now he makes like public policy. I mean, just he's like my comedy idol, and everybody in the high schools. We used to, and this other guy, Greg Zook, who hopefully I'm going to hook up with this weekend, who just retired. He's a cop in Miami for 33 years, but he went to school with my older sister. Uh-huh. He's another one that he used to do He did all the reference shit. Oh, he was brilliant.
Is that IQ, you think? Being able to find it that fast? Or is that
it's a function. They say sense of humor is a function of intelligence, but I just told you a story what a dunce I am when it comes to, sitting at a table and figuring out wills and living trusts and how my eyes glaze over.
But that's an attention thing.
A little bit. But I was, I don't know. It's the only thing I know how to do. Make people, I can cook. And I give a hell of a hand job, but we're not going to talk about it on this episode.
I actually went to a neuropsychologist to get tested last week. Basically, for attention deficit, like to get medication, they won't just hand it to you these days. I had to go get like a full. I had to find somebody. Thank God that my.
So you and Artie are talking again.
Excuse me.
Thank God my wife is also a neuropsychologist, so she can see in...
She's a neuro. A neuropsychologist, Joe's wife.
Yeah, so she can see who's in network and is actually good. When you go in network, usually for anything mental health...
They're bad.
They're usually... Yeah, they suck.
The social workers.
And most of them that don't take insurance are the good ones, and you're talking $300, $400 an hour. And to get one of these tests done, it might be $3,000 just to get the test. So we found somebody in network, and my wife went and did all the research on her. She's like, this woman's good. She's got her PhD. She's got this. Blah, blah, blah. My wife even went with me for the first hour of the test. So then my wife leaves, and I got to take... There was some IQ stuff in that test, and then there was a lot of, like, memory. Dude, I couldn't believe how bad I was. Like, they would literally... Like, a question would be like, okay, I'm going to give you a sequence.
They'll give you 3 things: an umbrella, a book, and a beach. And then 5 minutes later, they'll ask you to name the 3 things.
Some of that stuff, some of it was, like, immediate. Like, she would go 1... A, 2, like she would throw a number and a letter, and then you'd have to form it so it was in chronological order. So it could be like 6 F, 3 B, and you like had to like get it number, then letter, then number, and then
you're playing fucking bingo over there.
Yeah. As soon as it hit 4 or up, when it hit like 5, when it was a sequence of 5 things, I was like, just stop. I was like, is there? In my head, I'm going, are there people that can do this?
Yeah. They're all working at fucking NASA.
I'm nervous. You get nervous. You're like, what the hell's wrong with me? I'm like, I'm like, no wonder I have trouble with comprehension and all that kind of stuff. It was really... She made me draw a picture. She had all these... It was all like triangles and lines and shit. She goes, draw that. Yeah. With you're looking at it so you can draw it, right? Yeah. I'm so stupid. I'm not thinking in advance that she's going to make me draw it again without the picture to look at. I'm not thinking in advance. So I'm like, I can...
That's an IQ problem.
I'm an idiot. She pulls it away. 5 minutes later. 5 minutes later.
What the hell's going on out here?
It was almost like she enjoyed it. 5 minutes later, she was just like, you remember that picture you drew? Draw it again. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding. I got nothing. I got a line and like a circle.
You couldn't remember what you just drew?
It had 400 different triangles.
Oh, that's an unfair test. What is this, that Common Core shit?
It had a bowling ball with 3 holes. I didn't even put the circle back in. Nothing.
You think about,
I haven't got the results yet, but I'm dying to hear it.
Oh, I can't wait to hear the results.
So
that'll be the next show.
Then there was IQ stuff. You would have cracked up at the shit. I don't know. I'm like, thank God my wife's not here. She'd be turned off for like a decade.
Well, like what were the questions there?
Cleopatra.
Cleopatra.
What was Cleopatra?
What was she? She was a hot broad from Egypt with big tits.
That's more than I got.
She was queen of the desert. I don't know. I haven't seen the fucking movie yet. What was she? She was a hooah.
Why is freedom of speech important? Like, in a democracy, something like democracy, then freedom of speech. I remember that being a question. I was just fucking guessing.
Why is freedom of speech important? I'll tell you why it's important. Because when you send me the bill for this cockamamie test, I should be able to call you a cunt without getting arrested.
Excuse me.
That just made me think of what you said we got to do during this podcast.
What?
Because before we started recording,
yeah,
I said that you could take anything and you can make it negative. You're like a magician. Like that's your trick.
You said I should do it on stage at a comedy club.
Yeah, and then you said when we do the podcast, just throw some at me, and I'll see.
You throw positive shit at me, and I turn it into negative.
You can turn it in. Let me think of one.
I want to hear more with this test.
Okay. You want some of the
why
IQ
freedom
questions?
of speech is important. That's like an essay. That's not a. I took an IQ test.
This is how bad my memory is. I can't remember. It was only like 15 or 20 questions in there. Then they make you take a dude. She goes, "This shouldn't take long. I need you to do this questionnaire." I look at it, 346 questions. I go, "How is that not going to take a long time?"
Well, they are. What were the questions?
Who cares? 346.
Well, if it's like, should you wipe your ass with your hand or your foot? Well, I'm pretty sure I got that one.
They were like psychological. Do you ever want to end it? Do you want to kill yourself? And then they would throw fake ones in just to make so you couldn't just fucking go through it. Like there would be like joke ones in there. Like
really?
Yeah. Does 41 start with a 4? Like stupid shit would be in there, so you couldn't fucking guess. Because like a crazy person's like, fuck this shit. A-C-C-C-C. Here, take it.
Yeah.
It took me 4 minutes.
Did you rip through it in time?
It took me. Well, there wasn't a time limit. She goes, no time limit. She had time limits on other stuff. She made me do blocks. Right. She would show me a formation with all these different colors on blocks, and I had to like make it with the formation. That wasn't easy.
What were you trying to get into? Fucking.
You had to mentally fit shit together too. She'd show you drawings.
I don't think this was an ADD test. I think it was a test to get into a pre-K school. No. Joe, put the blocks. Joe, take the blocks out of your ass, put them in the hole. Which one fits with what? Now, why is freedom of speech important, you little fucking runt?
Well, to me, by the end of the test, it was obvious that I have ADD. But all I thought is I take meds to be calm. If you start taking ADD meds, those make you fucking, like, you know how you said you feel on edge the next day after you take sleeping pills or something?
Yeah.
You said, what was your analogy?
It feels like somebody took a steel wool to my nervous system.
Yeah. That's how you feel.
I only know that because my father used to do that to me when I got a D in math.
That's how you feel when ADD meds wear off, because I've taken them in the past.
Well, you don't strike me as ADD. The medicine must work for you, because I got an agent who I think is ADD. I know is ADD.
Really?
Well, I'll be on the phone with him going, so what's going on? And you get the Comedy Works in Denver, you get that for me? And I'll just hear him go, no, Dave, I don't want Jimmy's on that. Yeah. Hello? Oh, yeah. What do you say? But you don't, it's not your attention. You take medication for your ADD?
Not for ADD, no. I've taken it here and there. See, I've listened to my podcast with you on it or me on your podcast, and I can hear it ADD a little more, where I start answering before you're done. I won't. When someone's talking to me, I feel like I have to, instead of just
letting it come to you.
Well, you realize when you listen to a podcast back, somebody that's really good at interviewing somebody is interested and not thinking about what he's going to say or trying to be funny when somebody else is talking to you. Like, you're thinking
you just named 3 things I've been doing for an hour.
Do you do that? Do you think?
I'm not trying to be a good interviewer when I do a podcast.
You're trying to come up with
because
funny.
We're two comics.
Right.
I'm listening to you. I have to. I hang in regular I think it's a part of being a good comic, especially if you're sitting around and bullshit with other comics and you want to be funny. You have to be a good listener.
Yes.
My radar is up. Whatever's coming out of your mouth, I'm ready to pounce on it.
Right.
You know? I put myself... It's almost a mood. You know? And that does make for, I guess, a good interview.
Well, even though you're not interviewing me.
Right, we're just bullshit.
You're listening.
I am listening.
It's the
you
same
always
with,
have interesting stories.
But it's the same with acting. If you watch someone that's not a good actor, they're not good at listening with the line that they're not really listening to what their person's saying to them. They're waiting to say their line instead of getting, listening to what they're saying and actually getting mad at what they heard and going with that impulse.
Well, Joanna Beckson, my acting teacher, used to say, and I say this because, I might be nominated. But she said that. That's what good acting is. It's like if there was a window and you were looking into people talking and they had no idea that you were watching.
Yeah.
Right?
Sometimes you think acting's weird because it's not like stand-up. You'll go, oh, that sucked. And then the director go, no, that was great. When it feels like you did nothing. It's similar. You don't play golf, but in golf, when you hit it well, it feels like you did nothing, and it goes far and straight.
I have been to the driving range, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Same with a few home runs I hit in high school baseball. Yeah. It's a sweet spot. Yeah. It doesn't even. Yeah. It's like this. It's.
You were relaxed and you just kind of it flowed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, when I hit my wife with my right hand, when I slap her across the face, it's just as smooth. Her head goes flying. And this part of the Nick DiPaolo podcast brought to you by Angry Dykes. It's a new breakfast cereal, Angry Dykes.
Yeah, so I'll let you know what there is.
When a man falls out of your boat and into the water, you should yell, "Man overboard." Now, what should you yell if a woman falls overboard?
Full speed ahead.
I'm playing that for the gays. They can get married to any state now, all 50 states, and that's my little tribute to you. But
speaking of psychologists, a little bit connects because I saw a movie yesterday. Don't tell my wife. I sneak. I don't know why that. What the hell just happened in my brain right there? I sneak. I'll go to the movie sometimes during the day, and I know my wife would be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you going to the movies by yourself during the day?"
Because I'm a comedian. Before I met you, that's what we did on the road.
I love going to the movies by myself. It inspires me. I don't know why.
And what did you see?
I went and saw this movie called
Practical Magic with Sandra Bullock.
Love and Mercy.
Love and Mercy.
It's about Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys.
Yes, I want to see it.
Fucking
Paul Giamatti's in it.
Giamatti's good in it.
The guy that I acted with on the Amy Schumer show who said I should do more of this shit.
You got to do a scene with Paul Giamatti?
A scene? I did a whole episode. You didn't see the 12 Angry Men sketch?
No, where can I see it?
Have you ever seen the movie 12 Angry Men?
No, but I know what it is. I mean, the original's the Henry Fonda.
That's right. Yeah. Henry Fonda, and I get to play Lee J. Cobb, the angriest guy in the fucking realm. It's like I'm at the center of it.
Oh, I got to see this.
Yeah, and Giamatti's
in it.
Jeff Goldblum.
How'd she get all these
John
people?
Hawkes, who you might not. Well, you'd know. He was in Deadwood. Do you remember the movie Perfect Storm with George Clooney?
Yeah, I know the
fishing boat.
Yeah, I didn't see it though.
Oh, you didn't see it?
I know.
Here's a guy that sneaks out to movies every day.
Hasn't seen
Perfect Have you seen The Godfather? No. What's that about? But did you watch Mad Men? Guy that played
season.
Pete Campbell on Mad Men.
Which guy was the white hair
forehead? Guy? No, younger guy. He sounds kind of swishy.
Yeah, I know.
He's got the big forehead. He's a great actor. Yeah, he's in it.
Oh wow. Okay.
When you go home, seriously, Google Amy Schumer 12 Angry Men. It's shot in black and white.
That's the other thing about acting is when you're in a scene with people that are really good, like all these people you're describing,
they make
you become an Academy Award-winning actor.
So you're saying I get no credit for this? You fucking son of a...
I always felt like comedians
smash his fucking face in.
I always felt like comedians are all better at drama than comedy.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's
not to try.
Well, no, comedy is a genre within itself. I actually asked Giamatti about this. It's the hardest thing to do.
Right.
Because if the writing isn't funny, number one, it's going to look dog shit. But you can't act funny. You have to. It's a silly. It's the hardest thing,
right?
Because dramatic acting is what you do every day. You get mad. You get
right.
And
sometimes it's funny when you're being so real. it accidentally becomes funny. Those are the good kind of stuff.
Well, The Sopranos.
Yeah.
It comes out, the funniness comes out organically.
Right.
You don't force it.
It's not like a sitcom where everything sounds like a punchline. Those are the worst.
I remember when I was living in L.A. and I went on an audition, and then I came home, and they called a couple days later, and I asked my agent, so what was the feedback? They said that you didn't find the humor in it. So I call, this is what a psycho I was. I call them after
You're out of
hours.
your
I
mind.
get the machine.
After hours?
Yeah, I get the machine. Yeah, I was thinking about it in my car at home. Just fucking angry. And I call the casting company. I get the machine. I go, yeah, it's Nick DiPaolo. I was in there yesterday or for reading for whatever, fucking tits of a cow, whatever. And I just go, yeah, I didn't find the humor because there's no fucking humor in it.
Really?
Fuck.
What are you, crazy? Did it come back to you?
I had like 3 drinks of me. I'm living in L.A. by myself.
Did it come back to you?
Apparently so. I'm interviewing you in my basement 15 years later.
Excuse me.
That's hysterical. Do you remember what we were...
I've been hitting the red zone.
Now, do you remember what we were talking about that got us sidetracked? To come back to it now?
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yep.
What?
We're talking about you taking those tests.
No. We were done that.
Then we moved on to this happened to me like 4 times on stage the other night. Again, it's lack of sleep. Why were we talking about me acting? Good listening.
That's a good
listening.
No.
Why? What were we talking about? I'm so involved with myself.
A movie. I saw the Brian Wilson movie.
That's
Love
right,
and Mercy.
Love and Mercy.
John Cusack plays the older Brian Wilson,
Right.
and what's this actor's name? Dado. He's really amazing. He was in Little Miss Sunshine. Was the first movie he was ever in. Now he's been
Dado.
He played in. Did you see?
Did you see?
There Will Be Blood with Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yes, I did.
Really good. He's
Yes,
in it.
I did.
He's got a huge part in that. D-O-D-O, I think is how he spells his last name.
But was it a good movie? It looks like a good movie.
It's one of those movies where I can't give it like a complete, like that was an amazing movie.
Right.
But it's one of those movies you go,
It doesn't have to be amazing.
it was very interesting.
That's enough. Today, that's saying a lot today.
Well, it got all high reviews if you look. I mean,
With Captain Fantastic and fucking Batman.
no,
too.
it kills all that.
Yeah, well, that's
I
what I'm
won't
saying.
see those kind of movies.
Why would you? Unless you're a fucking nerd and a geek and you get the shit kicked out of you every day in gym class.
People love it. These people go see
those
dumb
are-
movies. I see.
Dumb people making them, dumb people going to see them. It's a beautiful formula.
No, this is you'd like it. I mean, I didn't know a lot of this stuff about Brian
Fucking
Wilson.
Green Hornet. What am I, 11? Sucker.
Paul Giamatti plays his doctor that's living.
Yes.
And I didn't know this that the story about that.
I
Did
do
you?
know that. Yeah. Well,
You
I've
knew.
seen. Well, I've read about it since the movie came out. Yeah.
And it's pretty interesting because the movie starts with like that Dado guy.
Spoiler alert, everybody.
Well, it's kind of, no, this isn't giving anything away, but Dado basically tells the band, you guys go tour. I'm not fucking leaving my house. Like, he's a little psycho. He's like, I'm staying home.
Who's he playing, Brian?
He plays Brian Wilson. As you know, back when that album Pet Sounds, is that what it's called? Am I getting it right? It has like God Only Knows. A lot of their big hits are on this album, and it has a weird, unique sound, the whole album. He goes, you guys go to Asia and do your tour. I'm gonna write the next album without you. You guys just come back and sing it. I'll have it ready. And he's got fucking every instrument you never even heard of. But this one scene stood out to me because I think it's if you listen to not God Only Knows. What's the other big fucking hit? That he wanted to change all the sound. He hated all that.
He hated that shit?
Yeah. So this he was into the Beatles. He was influenced. He's like, they're beating us. We got to do something really, really good. And
how'd that turn out?
I mean, it's known as one of the best
Well, I
albums
know, but
of
I'm
all
saying I think
time.
the Beatles.
Oh yeah,
kind of
yeah.
stomped on their necks. Did they not?
Sure. Why? Not God Only Knows.
Two guys with ADD. No.
Dream without you, whatever that song is, I don't know. But the beginning, they show him, and he's trying to come up with weird sounds for the album. He's fucking climbing inside a piano, and he's got barrettes, and he's pulling
his
on
hair?
the barrettes, and he's pulling on the piano strings with barrettes. And if you listen to the song.
Really?
It's got it at the beginning. You're like, this is him fucking pulling on those things, pulling on the piano strings.
Are you
with
serious?
Yeah, go ahead. You got your sound. effect
No,
ready.
just play along. Don't fucking give it away. I'm
I am
listening.
serious.
I can do two things at once.
I'm very serious.
So he's pulling at the strings of barrettes?
With barrettes, not barrettes.
We say barrettes in Boston.
Do you really?
Yeah, we don't say barrettes. What are you, from France? You wearing a beret?
Barrettes?
We call it a beret.
Do you really?
No, I'm busting your chops.
I thought you were serious.
We used to say barrettes. My sister would say barrettes, not barrettes.
Because in Philly...
But you're saying it right,
Yeah,
actually.
in Philly, they don't say drawers. They say my draws. Have you ever heard draws instead of drawers?
Yeah, I say draws.
You say draws?
I open a drawer.
Yeah.
Andy
What is
laughs.
that?
My wife laughs. It's a drawer. It's not
Yeah.
a draw, right?
Yeah.
I go, well, what are you, a fucking English major? Then I hit her with a fucking cupcake.
No, I think that's right. I think that's regional.
I think that's fucking regional. It's fucking drawers. What the fuck? Everywhere I fucking been, it's fucking drawers. Fucking drawers. That's your fucking underwear. The fuck out of here.
Sorry. Somehow when I get mad, Tony Soprano's
red's going-
perfect.
Yeah, you should do that every time. Speaking of him.
It has to be
Speaking
mad.
of him.
Guy comes home with a bouquet of flowers for his wife. I guess I'll have to spread my legs now, she says. Why, he asks. Don't you have a vase?
The funniest
Now, I'll
thing.
start by making a mountain fold on each corner, folding the corners into the center of the paper.
Touche, Captain Blood.
Uncle Junior.
Let's do 3 mountain folds.
Checkers, the thinking man's game.
You looking for a smack in the fucking mouth?
Corrado. Language, please. Everybody have this? Okay.
What do you want?
If you'd move, perhaps I could reach the chess set.
And if I don't, what the fuck you gonna do then?
You don't intimidate me.
Corrado. So, we take the mountain.
You're lucky she's here, you little prick.
Naturally. You're only tough when there's an authority figure nearby so things don't go too far. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Beating the fuck out of the guy.
I didn't like that. Huh? Fucking smart guy. How do you like that?
It's the funniest show ever. What if I don't? What the fuck are you going to do now?
Only Sopranos has people that can't act, and then the show's still good. It's one of the only shows.
What do you mean? Who couldn't act in The Sopranos?
It has people mixed in that you'll go, that was bad, and then you'll have some other people that are...
That is true, but all the regulars could act. Who do you think? Oh, I know you're going to say Stevie Van Zandt, right?
I didn't think he was very good.
I thought
but
he
it
was-
didn't hurt the show.
No, because it was comedic. And people go, well, he was really over the top. You know what? I knew a guy just like that.
Yeah.
My buddy Al Barbro's dad grew up on the streets of Chelsea.
Really?
And one Sunday we're watching football, and his dad's friend comes over. He had the hair as high as Silvio Dante, and he was like this.
Right.
I couldn't believe it. It was like watching a cartoon. So then when The Sopranos came out a few years later, I almost fainted. Like 10 years later. What am I saying? It was like 10, 13 years later. I couldn't believe. So there are guys, but I know what you mean. But
But on the level, I'm not
but
saying...
Uncle Junior was
Okay.
He's a great actor. Dominic Chinese.
Yeah, you have Paul. You have James Gandolfini, and you have
Edie Falco.
Christopher Moltisanti, played by am I forgetting his
Michael
name?
Imperioli.
Michael Imperioli. I mean, these people aren't just good; they're like superior. They're just excellent.
Well, they are. But
Who
so
else?
even Janice Totoro.
She's good.
great. She's
Yeah.
a great actress.
His son's pretty good.
Yeah.
His son did a good job.
And Meadows pretty good.
Meadows pretty good.
But I'll tell you, I'll point a few of the ones you're talking
Paulie
about.
Walnuts isn't a great actor. He's just funny. It's not a great. That's why I said I thought sitcom
He
would
doesn't
be a
have to
great
be a great
medium
actor,
for.
though. He's being himself. He's a character.
Yeah.
So
but you don't see him in anything anymore,
that doesn't mean he's not a great actor,
right? I'm saying,
right? He's not saying he's a great actor, but
right?
I mean, he
there's
was
people
perfect
that
with
were
it.
so.
I'll tell
good
you who
that
was so bad.
Who do you think was so bad?
The worst. Johnny Sack's wife, Ginny. Poor, God bless her soul, she passed away. That woman.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, but she was the fucking worst.
I just thought of another one that was.
John, Tony's here.
Yeah, she was bad.
And you know why? And you know why she was bad?
Why?
Do you know how she got the job? Remember they had a casting call in Jersey where like thousands of people showed up? It was like a radio stunt.
No, really?
Yeah, to win a part on The Sopranos.
She got a regular part
Yeah.
of a radio
Yeah.
stunt. I didn't know that.
I mean, people who, actors and actresses, struggling actors and actresses showed up for that contest. She ended up winning. I don't know how.
Well, later in the show, I know a guy that got a part because he was friends with Gandolfini from years and years and years ago when they were younger. The guy who used to work the door at Caroline's.
Bobby.
Yeah.
He could act.
Yeah. He got
was
the part.
good.
He got the part just because he knew him.
Well, they known each other at acting class
Yeah.
and stuff
From
for
like,
a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he was supposed to
But
have
he
a
could
bigger
act.
part, and they didn't. I don't think they thought he could act that well, and they kind of kept his part small.
Yeah, I think I heard that too. But he was pretty good with,
Did I ever tell you
How you doing, Donnie?
Did I ever tell you my story about him? I think I've told
What,
this
you
on
get in
your
a fight with him?
podcast. No.
I like that
We
guy.
were friends. Bobby Carnival. What was his last name?
No, not Carnival.
Carnival. That's
He's a
somebody
great
else.
actor.
Yeah. Bobby.
Doesn't matter.
It's Bobby something.
So anyways, honey.
Well, Bobby and I used to both live in Astoria. This is probably before or after you lived there, because I don't think we lived there at the same time. I swear I've told this on your podcast. I'm walking to the Ditmars subway stop.
Yeah.
And
I know. I lived right there.
I lived on Crescent and Ditmars.
Okay, I live right
You
on
did?
the corner, yeah.
Okay, so I'm walking down Ditmars. Bobby pulls up in this huge black Lincoln, like a really old one, with his kids in the back seat.
Yeah.
And he goes, how he used to talk out the side of his mouth?
like I do.
He goes, "Hey, Joe."
Little stroke mouth.
Yo, what's up, Joe? It's Bobby. Where you going? That's what he says.
Perfect.
Where you
That's what
going?
it sounds like.
It does sound like, where you going? I'm like, I'm walking to the subway. You walking to the subway? You want to ride? I'm like, yeah, I'll take a ride. He goes, hold on, let me pull over. He pulls over and smashes a car that's parked on Ditmars. Just
Get out of here.
Yeah, then
Was he drunk?
sticks his head out the window and goes, I fucking hit that car. Jump in, we got to get the hell out of here. I've told this on your podcast.
No, you haven't.
I go,
You
Bob.
absolutely have not.
I go, Bobby, I would love to jump in and take off. You're going to ruin the punchline of my story. It's going to ruin it. I go, Bobby.
punchline to your story?
There's a punchline to
all right.
this.
Go ahead.
I go, Bobby, I'd love to jump in, but that's my car you hit. He randomly hit my parked car on Ditmars. It's like a block and a half from my house.
Maybe he knew it was your car.
Hilarious.
Maybe he didn't like you.
No, it was a piece of shit.
You
I just
sure?
started laughing. He gets out. He's trying to put the bumper back on my car. I feel bad. I can picture it. He's trying to put the bumper back on. I go, Bobby, it's fine. The car's got like 195,000.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. He goes, anytime you come to Caroline's, I'm gonna take care of you.
What do you?
He used to buy me dinner
You
every time he
you
came to
told my
Caroline's.
car, and I'll get a Bacardi and Diet Coke out of it.
Yeah, it was funny. The
I
car
never
was
heard that
shot.
story.
Yeah, I think I've told it on your podcast, or maybe not.
I might have ruined the punchline.
You did ruin
but
the
I ruined it because what do I have? Mental powers? I didn't know it was going to be a.
You didn't know there was a twist.
I didn't know it was your.
My stories rarely have a nice twist.
I'm fucking telling the story. You fucking ruin it. There's a fucking twist coming. Jesus.
Yeah, sorry, T. I'm leaving 3 dimes on the table. No, what the fuck? What are you talking about here? Holy shit! Is it hot in here?
I was in such a hot thing today that I'm not that hot.
What do you mean? You banged a stripper?
I was editing.
Oh, how's that coming? Joe's got a special coming out. It's due out in February of 2021.
We did I had to sit through the audio edit today.
Yeah.
We go to Nyack. I'm in this little studio with this guy. It's not even it's his apartment, and the guy who works for the production company also. And we went through it with a fine tooth comb. And I mean,
Comb doesn't work good on film. You ripped the film.
I told my wife it's fun, but really
It's not fun.
The audio part, I'm just going.
You're gonna hate your material so much.
Oh, I already hate it. I'm so glad. I realize,
along with the rest of the nation.
I think I realize why it's so easy for Louis to get to the next hours now, because he edits and shoots it. Can you imagine having to do that all yourself? By the time you're done and someone else is editing it, you hate every joke. So he's editing it himself. He must be like, I am never doing any of this shit ever again. I am so sick of it.
Well, it could work in reverse. The fact that he's editing it, he knows what he wants, I guess. No? He could get to it quicker.
Yeah, but you notice when you start going back and forth through the bits and you keep fucking editing and fixing the edit over and you just start going, oh my, it's not, if it loses all the funny to you. It's gone.
When we did it, I took most from one set.
Yeah,
I dropped a few things, and then there was a few things. I'm like, I shouldn't. There's no need to curse there. I'm like, can we get the other? And then then I just couldn't. Even now, like my guy distributing it, and my web guy wanted to start a campaign on Facebook to revive the sales, right? It's been out for 6 months. And I'm like, and they're calling me, what clip do you want? I go, fucking whatever you guys want to do it. I don't want to be bothered with it.
Right.
I don't want nothing to do with those jokes anymore.
Yeah.
Put it up. I don't give a fuck if the clips suck. Just throw it up there.
Yeah, you got to start spreading the clips on the internet.
Yeah, once I tap out sales-wise, I'm throwing this thing on whatever, BitTorrent or whatever.
But that makes people want to buy it, too, if they see a little clip. Then I see a lot of these guys.
Well, my web guy should be doing that, Mike Baker. Right?
Ask him.
Mike, fucking get it out there. Don't wait for me, because I don't know this shit.
Maybe
Put it on BitTorrent.
I don't know the...
I got to wait till I, milk every penny out.
But I don't know the timeline of when you wait after putting it for sale for a while to start putting...
Right.
But you don't put the whole thing out. You put like one clip or then another clip and you slowly distribute.
Right. But I don't want to be involved in that process. I'll let my web guy. I'll trust him. He knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? Spread it.
These fuckers. You got to
Spread it
tell
like
them,
AIDS.
go, listen, put this bit up.
Why?
I don't know. What if it's one of your bits you don't like it all, so it doesn't matter.
I don't like it. I don't like any of it anymore.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, I feel bad because I'm like cheating. I feel like I'm cheating doing comedy because I'll be honest. There's spots where I go, it's amazing when you're sitting in the audio edit how much better it can sound when this guy starts tweaking with the sound. I'm like, that sounds like I'm destroying now. Like
what are you doing? Sweetening it?
He like
I don't
because
sweeten
sometimes
it.
the recording wasn't like the audience is, and then he
that's
just brings
different.
it back
Oh,
up.
yeah,
and it sounds so much better.
Yeah,
but I'll be honest. There's spots where I fucking.
It's not all supposed to be even, Joe. Though it's not supposed to be.
Let it leave. I don't need it to be even. But there's certain things I go, that joke always kills for some reason.
So what? It didn't kill that night. Fucking, this is the problem. It's like music when shithead Ronnie Spector, fucking Ronnie Spector, I'm yelling at a woman. What's the idiot that's on trial? Pacino played on HBO.
Phil Spector.
Phil Spector. Ronnie.
How did I just know something?
Yeah, Phil Spector.
My IQ is
exactly. His fucking Wallace. The group Boston, a lot of musicians hated them because they perfected the studio computer mixing.
And then they would suck live?
No, they were good live, but they would make an album perfect through computerized horseshit, playing with it.
Right.
And the musicians, the purists are like, fucking, that's not... Especially with comedy, it's not supposed to... Every joke's not supposed to be an 8 or a 7. It's all right to have a 2 in there. You know what I mean?
I'm the same way.
Right?
I can tell when it sounds wrong. I'm like, no.
Right.
That's too much. Give that less.
Yeah, it's like watching a sitcom when somebody says, pass me the donuts. You 10-minute laugh.
I'll let you listen to it. We'll play a clip on your podcast. And you'll go, this sounds like bullshit.
When you want to plug the shit out of it, let me know.
It's hard to tell when you're sitting in this room and they got it on these $5,000 speakers. It's hard to tell what it's going to sound like on television. Or when people listen to this shit in their headphones now. Like,
they like the material. They like you.
There was feedback.
I had all kinds of
problems.
Did you have
feedback?
Not feedback, no, but I had all kinds of problems.
I'm amazed what the computer can do now. He fucking goes, there's feedback. He throws this thing on, all of a sudden the whole screen turns orange, and he can go, there's the feedback, and he just extracts it. Like, he pulls a piece of color out by circling it with the mouse,
right?
And it's gone. I'm like... And I'm like a nut. I'm to the point where I'm like, well, why is there feedback? What the fuck?
Well, you have it right there. Mine, there was one, it sounded weird. And it was just, I can't even remember what was wrong with it. But we had to fuck with it for days.
We must be boring the hell out of people right now.
Yeah. For myself. I just hit my forehead on the microphone. Anyways.
You a Beach Boys fan? Back to the Beach Boys? I didn't realize that.
I can appreciate it. I'm not a huge... I don't own an album.
Sloop John B?
Yeah.
Never heard of it?
Yeah, that's one of their good songs.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I don't...
Took my son to see Rush last week.
Yes, and how did he do? Did he try the heroin I got him?
He fell asleep at about...
Oh, then he did try the heroin.
10 o'clock. Damn.
Pure horse, folks.
3 hours, he's still fucking... You're nailing him.
No,
please. You're tired.
We had to spin out of that. How was it, Joey?
I was a little bit disappointed by Rush, in a way. Tell me if this would disappoint you. You're not a huge fan.
They came out in wheelchairs and shit?
Well, no, I don't... This is how... Maybe I didn't do my research. I didn't realize they're not touring anymore. This is their farewell tour. Done. 40 years. It was called the R40. So I'm like, I want to hear the hits.
Crackle with light.
Right. There's 5 songs that are their major hits that they just skipped. Yeah, it was like they played all. It was like a comedian going, "I'm doing all the shit that I like. I don't care that these aren't good bits." They were playing obscure shit. I mean, they're great musicians, so I'm like, you know what? They're great.
But it was nothing you were familiar with?
There was 5 songs. I'll name them all that they didn't play. Let's see if you know them.
I'm not a big Rush fan, so don't go by me.
Limelight,
I love.
They didn't play it.
Yeah.
Red Barchetta. No.
Oh, Red Barchetta.
Do you know that?
Yes, I had that at the fucking, you know what? Olive Garden the other day. The Red Barchetta. With the shrimp. Mother of Christ, was that good? I jacked off right into the never-ending bowl of pasta.
Cracking me up. Red Barchetta. You don't know Red Barchetta?
No.
Oh, you don't? It's.
I probably do, but I don't know the title.
It's one of their
it.
huge hits.
Really? How's it go? Red Barchetta, Red Barchetta. Hello.
My uncle used to have a farm in the motorhome.
Yeah, sorry, I missed that one live.
I'll play it.
No, it's all right. What else you got? We're going to wrap this up.
Red Barchetta.
Red Barchetta. Blue Moon Odom.
No. You're fucking with me here. I have the worst memory.
I know. It's the medication you're on.
No. Well, you're not on meds and you don't...
Lack of sleep, dude. Lack of sleep. I was at Uncle Vinny's, again, not to brag, Saturday night. 4 different times. While I was up there, you know, I got distracted by somebody who had a cell phone on, and then I went, what was I talking about? And these motherfuckers who paid to see me don't even know.
They don't know?
I go, it's one thing for me, because I've been doing this for an hour. I'm up here, and I've been doing it for 28 years to forget my bits. But you guys, what the fuck is your excuse? And they always just yell out the last word you said. You know, you said her red tits. And I'm like, no, what bit was I doing that I get mad at the audience?
Dude, I have to Google it. That's how mad I get.
It's not that important.
I don't know why it is to me.
Okay, go ahead. While you're looking for that, I'll play some real music by a real band.
Pictures.
Right now, Joe's looking for a Rush song on his phone, which makes for great radio. So I'll play a bit of a band that you guys might know, Men Without Slippers.
All right.
Did you get it?
Oh, listen, the whole... it wasn't on that album?
All right. Maybe this will refresh your memory.
Don't play other songs. Let's put Rush Greatest Hits. Oh, wait. I have Rush Greatest Hits on my fucking thing.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the story about this song?
Yeah, you blew Tom Cruise, in the green room while he was making this movie on the 4th of July?
This song's called For What It's Worth, right?
Yes.
And I was trying to think of the name of this song one day. And I go, what is that song? Hey, what's that sound? Look what's going on. My friend goes, it's called For What It's Worth, Buffalo Springfield. I go, I know it's Buffalo Springfield, but what's the song called? He goes, For What It's Worth, it's Buffalo Springfield. I swear to God that happened.
Are you
3
serious?
times I went.
Kind of a Who's On First?
Yeah.
Italian version? I thought it was Stop Children. That was the name of the song. And I thought it was by the Monkees.
All right, they didn't play Fly By Night. They didn't play The Trees. It wasn't The Trees, though. They didn't play Limelight.
Fly By Night. Fly By Night.
You know what? I'm wrong. They played Fly By Night. Didn't play Limelight. Didn't play Red Barchetta.
Joe's telling us the songs that they didn't play on a podcast.
Free Will. Do you know Free Will?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
They didn't play that either.
Jesus Christ. What'd they do? A few fucking...
They went obscure, I'm telling you, dude. I'm not lying. The first 8 songs, never heard of them. It was like, can you imagine a comedian?
Like this one's from Bananarama.
They played all their brand. The whole audience, you could tell everybody was like, we paid to see him, and this is their final tour, so let's suck it up. I'm sure they'll play the hit. They had an act break, which I've never seen in a concert.
What the fuck were they doing, Les Mis?
Yeah, they had a screen come down. They go, we're taking a break. They took a 20-minute break. I've never seen that at a concert.
Yeah, that's because they have prostates the size of NBA basketballs. They're in their late 70s, these fucks.
Yeah. So I was a little let down. My son fell asleep during Temples of Syrinx, and then a fucking explosion went off in the middle of the concert, and he was like, and I had to hug him. I'm like, it's all right. It's just Rush. We're alive.
Joe's kid is going to be fucking hooked on heroin because of a Rush concert.
I stuck.
Not because there were drugs there, but because the band was so bad.
I stuck toilet paper in his ears, though. Am I a bad dad? I was like, fuck it. You told me that he's going to be Marley Matlin. I shoved paper in his ears so he couldn't hear the full effect of a
Did you
concert.
really?
Yeah.
You didn't have to stick used paper in his ear. That was kind of gross. Did he enjoy himself?
Like I said, he fell asleep and then woke back up for Working Man at the end, which is one of his favorite songs.
Really?
Yeah.
But he must have been disappointed in Roshan, you as a father.
I told him, I'm like, you should save the ticket. It's your first concert ever. It's exciting. He goes, no, I'm good. He didn't care.
I love this kid.
I don't need it. He goes, I'm not even sure I wanted to go to that concert.
Kid's probably pulling his prick to Taylor Swift albums. Oh, wait a minute. He's 7. What am I saying?
He doesn't like Taylor Swift. His
I
sister
do. I have
does.
all her work. I like her early stuff when she was 11. I got nothing else, Joe.
That's
you?
good. I think
It's an hour and 20 minutes. What are we doing
We
here?
went forever. I'm late to pick up my kids. It's fine. My wife's doing Zumba right now. And the kids are
Zumba?
She's at Zumba.
What
the
a
kids
great
are at,
woman.
Kids are
Joe's
at
wife's
grandma's.
beautiful, by the way. Not only a
Thank you.
doctor, but like
She's trying. She wants to. She. I guess she would say she's out of shape for herself. She wants to do a half marathon now and try to get back.
she is that new woman that I got a career. I'm a doctor. I run marathons.
No,
And
she hasn't worked out. Like when we were dating, she used to work out a lot.
let me
She
put her on a
stopped.
program. I do Sean T. 30-minute insanity. You got to stay focused. You got to stay in it. You got to bend over. You got to flex your ass cheeks. You got to go to a bathhouse and get your asshole licked 30 minutes a day, and you won't believe the changes.
That's weird. That doesn't sound anything like your real voice.
I know.
That's who.
That's
Is this
Sean
a gay
T.
black guy?
Yeah, you've seen him on TV millions of times.
I haven't. I have a low IQ.
I bust his chops. I never seen a guy in better shape. He's got the fucking, like I said, he's got the lung capacity of a blue whale.
See, my mother-in-law and my wife, I think, would agree. She doesn't really. She finds it a turn off when a guy's in amazing shape. She goes, "That means he cares too much about the way he looks. I don't like him."
My wife?
My wife and her mom have that attitude. Like, because I was talking
Well,
about.
that's funny because I've never seen you out of shape. That's
Yeah.
funny for her to say.
I'm lucky my dad's skinny, but
Joe's like one of these naturally ripped guys.
I'm not ripped though. Like I don't have abs at all. I've never had them in my whole life. I can't. But
Just go to White Castle. Be shredded.
what the hell was I just? Oh yeah, what's that thing they call it? Dad body. It's like popular now, and like Leonardo DiCaprio like let himself get a gut.
A little gut, yeah.
And
Does it really matter? I love how they pointed out in Leonardo DiCaprio. You think it's the fact that even with the gut, he's got the $100 trillion in the bank and the private jet, and he's eating supermodel pussy every Wednesday? You think that might
exactly
go? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I'm getting the best ass on the planet.
But he's still a handsome guy, even fucking with a little bit of a
And
belly.
I know he's gonna knock that off for his next. I'm ready to juice. I'm 53. I'm ready to do a round of whatever they're doing.
Why don't we
now.
just let ourselves go? Nobody cares.
I want to get ripped. I'm going to start hanging out in the bars again. I want to be that guy at the corner of the bar. Oldest girl is 21 in there. I'm sitting there in a raincoat. I look like Frank Gorshin.
Arm wrestling people in a booth.
Drinking a Harvey Wallbanger by myself as rain drips off my totes hat onto my fucking hamburger. Who's that fucking guy at the end of the bar?
That's one of the. Did you ever see the movie Hall Pass?
The Nick DiPaolo story?
The Hall Pass?
No.
No?
No.
It's actually there's
Did you
one
sneak out to see that
there's-
during the day?
No. There's one character in it that's funny, and he's a guy that's old that can still pick up girls, and that's like his character.
I gotta see
It's
that.
Just
Can I
that
learn anything
character's
from it?
It's hilarious because he's like, dude, you're not seeing that right. See what you're looking at? And he would like he puts his hands up. And
Yeah.
goes, you're looking through the wrong. Look, she's not good looking. And then like the picture.
That sounds
changes.
familiar.
What's his name? Owen Wilson's in it. Hall Pass.
What
and
isn't
and,
he in?
and Sudeikis, whatever that guy's name is.
Jason?
Yeah, the movie's stupid, but it has about 5 out loud fucking funny ass scenes. It's like what was the other one with Vince Vaughn where they and Owen Wilson where they sneak into weddings?
Wedding Crash.
Like that has a few scenes that are funny.
I want to do a sequel to that, and when I say this, somebody's going to pick up on it and do it. I want to do Funeral Crashers, where you try to like fuck the widow.
That's funnier.
It'd be great, wouldn't it? And I just said that, so we have it recorded, okay, and we have the date down.
Do it as a sketch for the what's her name show, Schumer.
Amy Schumer show?
Yeah.
You going to watch it when you get home?
That's 12 Angry Men. I'm going to look that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell them to look up my web series, Fixing Joe. Proud of that shit. 13 episodes. Go look. JoeMatarese.com has all 13.
There you go.
And listen to my podcast, Fixing Joe, that Nick was just on last week. We're
Which
doing good numbers.
Yes, we are. Between the two of us, we had 11 downloads.
You know what's funny? Guess who retweeted it?
Obama or Marin?
Sebastian Maniscalco retweeted.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Tell him hello. I never met the kid.
Yeah, we were
heard him on the radio.
We were talking about him on the podcast.
I know, and I heard him on the radio going home from your house. How odd is that?
Really?
Yeah.
What, like on Sirius?
Satellite.
Oh,
Yeah.
like just doing stand-up?
Yeah. No, he's bowling for dollars. Yeah. What else would he be doing? He's not a Muppet guy, is he? What are you talking about?
I don't want to go home. Let's just keep talking for 7 hours.
Joe doesn't want to go home.
I don't want to go
He gets
home.
a super wipe at home.
I got to dress my kids and get them in bed and have them stare at me.
I knew because I text Joe probably about 5 o'clock today or 4 o'clock and said, you want to do my podcast tonight? And he got right back to me. And literally, in my head, I said, oh, this is a married guy. He's got to get the fuck out of the house.
I was doing the edit when you asked me. Well, I knew I could go. I can always go at night. Those are easier. It's during the days where I got to be home, at 4 o'clock.
All right. We'll do this whenever you want.
Yeah.
We're like neighbors. Anyways, That's about it. There were big political stories, but me and Joe don't get into that. Yeah, But anyways,
next week
we'll touch on gay marriage and Obamacare and John Roberts getting it wrong again. And that's about it. I can't think of anything else. July 18th, like I said, come see me at the Ridgefield Playhouse, Ridgefield, Connecticut. Beautiful venue. I'm actually doing something in July. I'm going out to L.A. and I'm going to do Billy Burr's podcast and hopefully Marin's and Greg Fitzsimmons and Joe Rogan's. I'm doing that like in the week of the 19th, I think I'm going out there. And while I'm out there, I'm going to actually do a night at the Ventura Harbor Comedy Club in Ventura, California.
I've done that.
I should say
like
Ventura.
15 years ago.
Did you?
Yeah, it's a fun place.
I know. I
Maybe
went
there's a
online
different
and I went, this looks like a fun little shithole.
Is it called Toppers?
No, it's called Ventura Harbor Comedy Club.
Okay, yeah.
Ventura, California?
It's the same spot.
It's the same joint?
It's a nice place.
Yeah.
Everything in
I'm going to
north
do that
of
like
LA
on
is
the night of the 22nd of July. For you guys who complain I never go to the West Coast. So that'll defray the cost of the hotel room and the rent-a-car, hopefully.
Ugh.
So, anyways.
Can I plug one date?
Yeah, go ahead.
July 31st and August 1st, I'm at Joker's Wild in New Haven, Connecticut. I think it's just one show each night. 31st and August 1st, New Haven, Connecticut. JoeMatarese.com.
And he's very funny. Go see him. And thanks, Joey.
Thank you for having me.
I'll play this. This goes out to the gay folks who can get married. I'm very happy about it.
I love you for helping me to construct of my life, not a tavern, but a temple. I love you because you have done so much to make me happy. You have done it without a word, without a touch, without a sign. You have done it by just being yourself. Perhaps after all,
Wanna fucking smash his fucking face in.
And that is why I love you.
Good day, everybody.